Malta and Gozo, and welcome to another edition of Lovin Daily. I'm Tim Diacono, joined today by Yannick Parch, and it's the start of a new month, and to kick things off, we've got quite a few interesting stories to discuss from the past 24 hours. So Neil AGIUS has just broken the world record for the longest ever open water swim. Malta has lifted the obligation for people to wear masks in public under certain conditions. Matthew Galizia has confronted Joseph Muscat over alleged intimate chats with Jorgen Fenech. An MP is claiming that a Labour minister had mocked Labouristi voters as stupid in a text to Jorgen Fenech. And a lobby group representing the art and entertainment sector is mulling a class action lawsuit to counter COVID-19 restrictions. So, yeah, big story yesterday. Neil AGIUS managed to swim all the way from Limosa to Gozo.
Yep, top story is exactly that. AGIUS managed to swim a distance of 125.6 kilometers from Limosa to Gozo, taking a total of 52 hours to complete the swim. Now, the previous world record stood at 124.4 kilometers. AGIUS arrived in Gozo yesterday evening at about 10 p.m. to quite a sizable crowd of cheering supporters. I mean, in addition to being an incredible sporting achievement, AGIUS' swim has also raised awareness about the need for us to control plastic pollution and to care for the environment. In fact, all throughout his swim, members of his team were encouraging members of the public to collect 6 pieces of plastic and to post videos of themselves on social media doing the 6 reps of their favorite exercise. Hopefully this trend can continue. AGIUS' incredible journey took a number of twists. In fact, it was meant to originally be swimming from Tunisia to Sicily. That was changed as a result of the bad weather. Even during his swim, it was by no means easy. Had to contend with strong opposing currents, high waves. He also had a slight ankle injury at the start of the swim. However, despite all the challenges, he managed to pull through and making the entire country very proud in the process.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. To be honest, I did harbor my doubts over whether he would be able to complete the challenge, especially when they announced that he's going to be changing his route. But well done to Neil. No mean feat whatsoever. That's literally 2 days, 2 sunrises, 2 sunsets in the water, from swimming from Limosa to Malta. Yes, no, absolutely impressive, and I can't wait to hear his first comments after the swim. Now, today is also a day that many people have been looking forward to. You no longer have to wear a mask in public at all times. However, there are certain terms and conditions attached to this. Namely, you have to be vaccinated, be fully vaccinated, and you have to carry proof that you've been vaccinated, namely this either digitally on your phone or in your wallet, if a policeman stops you. So they can still stop you from not wearing a mask. And you can't be in groups of more than 2. So you can take a walk by yourself. Finally, you can walk by yourself or take your dog for a walk without having to wear a mask. It was a ridiculous obligation, completely unscientific, and finally it's been removed.
Especially given the heat, because I mean the last week has been excessive walking around with it. Did you see many people not wearing masks this morning? How was it?
I've been seeing people not wearing masks for the past the past few days actually. So it's one of those laws that had reached its natural end.
Okay, so on to our next story. Matthew Galizia, the son of journalist Daphne Galizia, has confronted Joseph Muscat over intimate messages the former Prime Minister allegedly shared with Jorgen Fenech, the man accused of masterminding the journalist's murder. Caruana Galizia was responding to a Facebook post by Muscat in which he claimed that the Caruana Galizia family had admitted that he and his wife had in fact never received any money from the daughter of Azerbaijan's president, which isn't exactly what was said in the affidavit. But in any case, Kawana Galizia responded to the post on Facebook and accused Muscat of having had a close relationship with Fenech and of continuing to have this relationship with him even after he knew that he was behind his mother's murder. He accused the former Prime Minister of partying, receiving gifts from Fenech and to speaking to him as though he were his lover. In fact, he says, you even asked him whether the sex with your Chief of Staff Secretary was good. For some context, the Kawana Galizia family's lawyers have been given access to the contents of Fenech's phone, which includes a lot of his chat messages, given that they are in the case against Fenech. The phone data has also been submitted to the public inquiry, held into the journalists.
Yeah. So over the past few months, there have been so many reports and tidbits and rumors about allegations that seem to be emerging, that seem to have its root in Jorgen Fenech's phone. It seems to be a bit of a treasure trove of data. I mean, this man was very, very well connected with the powers that be. He carried favor with them. They carried favor with him. And it's in fact this relationship has led some people to resign. So the public inquiry is set to conclude on the 15th of July. A report will be published, although we don't know how much of it will be published and how much will be left blacked out. However, the phone data of Jorgen Fenech has been included as evidence. So we might finally get to see some of these texts as proof, instead of just rumors and allegations. This was actually said. Now, some people are saying that this is just his private life. No one clearly cares about it. I disagree. This is a man charged with the murder of a journalist, and it is important for the people to know what kind of relationships he enjoyed with people in positions of power. Why? So that we can look ourselves in the mirror and make sure this never happens again. And this actually brings us on to another alleged message that Jorgen Fenech had given, this time to a minister, a serving minister. So Jason Atsabardi, who is an MP but also the lawyer of the Kawana Galizias, and who does have access therefore to the phone data, said that at one point Labour minister was smooching up to Jorgen Fenech and saying things like, you've always believed in me, unlike the Laboristi Jahan, like the stupid Laboristi. So he was mocking his own supporters for not trusting him as much as Jorgen Fenech does, while sucking up to Jorgen Fenech. Now, again, this minister hasn't been revealed, but it's likely to be revealed, right? And that person, I honestly think that this is something that might force this minister to resign if it's true.
Yeah, I mean, it is a bit uncomfortable in the sense that, as you said, they are personal messages, so it's.
But you're mocking your own supporters, though.
Yes, fair enough. But you're mocking for supporters in a context where you never thought that would come out. But fair enough. I mean, we'll see how it develops. I do agree that it might end up leading to a resignation of some sort. On to our last story. Malta's entertainment industry is mulling class action against the government's COVID-19 restrictions. As you know, the entertainment industry has been left feeling abandoned and without a solution as the COVID restrictions remain in place, limiting the industry's ability to operate. In fact, yesterday it was reported that even a protest that was being planned by the industry was banned. Yesterday, it seems there was a press conference, and it would appear that the industry is looking at the possibility of taking legal action against the governments, essentially preventing people from being able to work.
Yeah, I mean, so this would be interesting because it would be the first time anyone would seek some kind of legal action against the authorities for issues related to the COVID-19 pandemic. In other countries,
it's happened,
and it's happened successfully. So governments have been stopped from introducing restrictions due to human rights issues. And yeah, the MEIA is not confirming it, but it's suggesting it. So obviously the context is that Malta is as part of its reopening plan, the next stage is going to be the reopening of events. However, it's going to be very restricted. So as the first step will be only allowing 100 people to enter. Everyone has to present proof of a vaccine that they've been vaccinated, and then it moves up to 200 in August. But still, I mean, it's completely unfeasible for many people in the industry. 100 people, plus there's issues of discrimination, that you need to present a vaccine passport to enter an event, but it's fine, but you don't need to enter a restaurant. So there's also business discrimination and customer discrimination issues. And yes, this is something that we're sure to be hearing more of in the coming months. It's shaping up to be one of the big controversies of the summer. Exactly. And that brings us to an end of today's episode. Make sure you follow lovinmalta.com for all the latest developments, and have a day full of lovin'.